That's the good news, but this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action, but other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Pickett will look to throw it here.
He'll let it fly for Austin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. That's swung out wide to Harris.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. And a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Pickett now on first down.
He's going to air one out. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Pickett right back to the air again. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked by Logan Wilson.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD. So call off the pick six.
Everything looked right. It looked like it was in their favor. Returned it for a touchdown, as you just described. But instead, the penalty for interference nullifies everything.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now a give. Running left is Harris. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 2nd and 7, Pickett eluding the pressure right. Johnson's got it complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Najee Harris with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Steelers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
And the Steelers are right back in this football game.
So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
They'll start the drive with Harris.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stopped the run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And the slot man goes in motion left. On 2nd and 9.
Pickett
under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Haven't heard much from him all night, but welcome to the party, making his presence felt in a big way.
They've kept him under wraps all night long, but boy, did he find a great time to bust out.
Pickett, 4th down, desperation time.
He's going to let it fly. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
On 2. Here we go, here we go.
A 1st down carry for Barkley, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
A handoff to Barkley on the option. 60 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
On second down, here's Barkley. And some room to roam now. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. McPherson now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. I'd like to be those defensive coaches, though. That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for the Bengals, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.